Welcome back to Ben Leo Tonight. Now, Deputy Prime Minister and Housing Secretary Angela Rayner is determined to meet the target of building 1.5 million new homes by 2029, despite economic challenges. Speaking on LBC, Rayner stressed that while the goal won't solve the housing crisis, it's a crucial step forward. She highlighted the recent £2 billion funding boost for affordable homes and planning reforms to speed up development. With over 1.2 million on the waiting list for social housing, Rayner vowed to begin addressing the crisis, even if a full resolution takes decades. But who is going to get these homes? Are they going to homeless people? Are they going to people who need it as a priority? Well, I am now joined by model Louise Glover. Louise, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I mean, of course, you know, Rishi Sunak had a policy before he left office, the former Prime Minister, to prioritise British citizens for housing, social housing first. That was ripped up by the Labour Party. Do you think that was a mistake?
I don't really know what's going on out there, really, do we? We think we know what they're doing, but I don't think they know what they're doing. I think, have they got it right this time with building new homes, or?
Well, I think, you know, it seems to me that you'd want to prioritise British citizens first for these types of homes. And, you know, my family, we didn't come from a very wealthy background and often struggled with housing. And, you know, you'd think, for goodness sake, we've got to look after British people first in this country. And it doesn't seem to me that having read what the policy might be, that will end up being the case.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're going to actually help the people that really need it. I think there's new people coming into this country that's going to get, well, I'll give you my story.
Yeah, please.
I know firsthand that being down the council last week, going in there saying, I'm sleeping in my car, can you please help me? And I've been in there several times. And a guy came out and spoke to everyone in the room, in the reception, in Arabic. And I'm sat there and I had to ask other people, what did the person say? Wow. And I feel a foreigner in my own country.
It's incredible.
And I'm not getting the help that even I need. And then when I went up to the reception, the guy, and I said to him, when am I, going to get seen? I've been here 2 hours. He went, oh, you need to go to the homeless shelter because the woman's there, not here. So then I did that, and I went to the homeless shelter, and the woman said to me, and I said the same thing, I'm sleeping in my car tonight, what do I do? I've been in here many, many times. And she turned around and said, there's nothing we can do. There's not,
That's quite an incredible story, Louise.
She gave me a blanket. Yeah. She gave me a blanket and wished me luck. And that was the story of that day, very recently.
I want to bring in the panel here. I mean, everyone at home knows who all you all are, because you're here every weekend, thankfully. Peter, this is quite shocking stuff. We're hearing, Louise is telling the story that she's going to a council. She's actually having to get someone to translate for her in English. That's quite shocking.
A young, homeless, resourceful woman with so much of her life in front of her, if only she could have a roof over her head so that you could rebuild your business with the dog training and the dog minding and all of that kind of thing. And when you go to for help, you are addressed in Arabic in the UK. Now, that should have people turning out onto the streets tomorrow with placards and banners and marching to Downing Street and saying, what the hell is going on in Great Britain? Because it doesn't feel very great to me.
Yeah. Paul, that's quite damning, isn't it? Because, Angela Rayner has obviously rebukes claims that these will go to people that are non-British citizens. Obviously, she's saying that's a nonsense story. But, people like Louise, who are sitting there with a real story there about being addressed in a foreign language when she's coming to try and get help from the government, it's quite exposing, is it not?
Well, people are fighting over scant resources, aren't they? That's the problem, is this about supply. And when, Angela Rayner talks about this target of all these millions of houses, they haven't been built yet, and I think the first thing we need to do is have more social housing and more council housing at that end of the market, so that frees up that real pressure that Louise is talking about.
How about a bit less addresses in Arabic? Well, that's not supply. They're being spoken to in Arabic in the UK.
Let's build the houses. That's what we need to do.
I don't necessarily think it's a matter of supply. I think what we're dealing with now is it's a matter of priorities.
No, it's about building the houses.
No.
We've got to build them, otherwise there's no argument.
I just want to come back to Louise for a second. Obviously, the council...
Well, Louise needs a house now, not in a year and a half's time.
Yeah. Do you think that you should? Do you feel that you should be prioritised as a British citizen for housing first? I mean, obviously, councils would argue that they were speaking in Arabic because they're trying to make sure they can reach for lots of people. There's lots of different diverse people in the country. That's what they would argue. But do you think that you should be able to get priority when you step in there as a British citizen?
Can I just say I'm confused with the homeless project, for example, because I've gone in there many a times. It's been 8 months I've been homeless, and I've managed resourcefully, thank God I've been independent as a person since a young person, and I've been through similar things as a young person with my mum and with my dad, which I won't go into, my difficulties growing up. But when I've gone to the homeless place before and they talk about, and I've gone in there and I said before, I'm sleeping in my tent, I've gone to a campsite, so I've been resourceful, I feel safer at the campsites than on the street. But they've turned around to me in the past and they've said, you're not going to get on the priority list because you're a woman who hasn't got children and you've not got any mental health issues.
Stick a burqa on and say inshallah and see how you jump over all the white people.
Unfortunately, I have 10 seconds to the end of this part of the show, but we're going to be back next hour with all your front pages, hot off the press. Here's your weather.